Hey there, gorgeous. Welcome to Trusting Divinity, a sacred and holy space of love and acceptance for whatever your current messy middle is. A place of soul rejuvenation, of basking and resting in Jesus. A place of learning and growing together in grace. It's hard to believe that next week brings the month of March. Time continues to fly. And spring is on its way. And as we prepare to watch Mother Earth transition between seasons, it feels like the perfect time to share a message from my heart, specifically around the identity of being a woman and embracing femininity. Now, if you are a man, that does not mean that this episode will not be helpful for you. I highly encourage you to hang in there and bear with me while I share with you what I've been learning about how God created women to be consistent differently. This may just be a game changer for you in your relationships with women. My friend, I want to start out by recognizing that being a human, whether a man or a woman, and living in this world full of paradox and duality, it just so happens to be the perfect playground for a lifetime of continual learning and so much growth. It seems to me that the moment I figure something out, I soon realize that there is so much I have yet to learn. The next invitation for learning and growth seems to present itself, and I find myself wondering at times if I actually learned anything in the previous round. The layers of healing, the opportunities for soul expansion, they just keep coming. And through the grace of God, we each in our own way, in our own time, find line upon line learning and growth. I just want to honor you for your choice to choose in to the playground. This past year, God has been revealing some really cool things about the identity of a woman. And I am certain that I'm just beginning to scratch the surface of what these things mean. And I know that I have many adventures ahead as I seek to lean in and embrace my role as a woman, to really, truly embrace how God biologically created me and to learn to flow with the seasons of femininity. But I think that this conversation is super important and a game changer. One day this past year, I was sitting in on a training. The title of it was Step Out of Overwhelm. About 16 minutes into that training, my mind was blown. The words that brought my breakthrough: women are not hairier, shorter versions of men. Women are women, and women cycle monthly. Men, however, cycle daily. My heart knew in this moment that this difference was really important, and I needed to pay attention. Women cycle monthly. Men cycle daily. I knew that understanding this difference was crucial to me thriving instead of always feeling like I was simply surviving. And just like you, I am learning line upon line and precept upon precept. And I am still seeking to understand what this actually looks like in my everyday life. Previous to this moment, of course, I knew and understood that men and women, although equal, were created different. I knew that both male and female had their own divine role to play. And God was graciously sharing more details with me about these truths, helping me to more fully embrace my femininity. It just so happened that a few days later, the universe conspired to support me in my findings when a friend sent a podcast episode about a woman's cycle and how the hormonal changes happening in a woman's body actually align with the different seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. Today, I want to share with you a few of the things that I have learned over this last year. Number one, it is totally normal for a woman to feel like a different person at different times of the month. It is normal to have weeks where she feels like being a social butterfly, and also totally normal to have weeks where she doesn't want to see another soul. Women are not crazy. Women are wonderfully and fearfully made in the image of divinity. And this feminine cycle that asks us to honor seasons with estrogen and progesterone rising and falling, each at their own appropriate times, is miraculous and allows for the woman's body to create new life from the inside out. I am learning that as women, we need to understand and honor this natural cycle, the rhythm of being a woman. We need to honor each season. And I believe there is an absolute call inviting us to specifically honor our body's need to rest and replenish. It seems to me that fall and winter are most definitely seasons that are out of whack in our world's current levels of understanding. We teach girls to go and do and be it all and don't let anything stop you. We do not have conversations of rest and replenishment. I am learning that women were not created to be energizer bunnies, but yet our world so often demands that. I am learning that doing things like a girl is sacred and holy, a gift that will bring healing to our world, helping us to receive heaven. I learned that more than anything else, women need daily doses of connection and community. They need the connection that is found in hugs, laughter, animals, babies, chats with the besties, feelings of gratitude, snuggles, meditation, yoga, massage, and deep, meaningful conversation. These activities are not frivolous uses of a woman's time. They are of great benefit because they release oxytocin. And oxytocin is a woman's most powerful hormone that can actually help balance all the other hormones. Oxytocin tells a woman she is safe and loved, that the crisis is over, and turns off the production of cortisol, aka stress, aka hormone killer. As I started to get really curious about all of this, I started to see that our dominantly masculine world does not yet understand how to encourage a woman to align with her femininity. And I knew in my heart that I wanted to play a part in pioneering change in our world. I want to help create a safe place for women to learn how to honor and embrace this piece of who they are. Recently, I have been reading a book which has become the third witness to the magic that happens when a woman discovers how to live in flow with her femininity. In Fast Like a Girl, Dr. Mindy Pelz says this: your menstrual cycle is a truly miraculous symphony of neurochemical responses that work in perfect harmony for your reproductive benefit. If up until now you have looked at your menstrual cycle as just a bothersome event, I encourage you to rethink the magic that is happening in you every month. Without a proper understanding of our menstrual cycle, our hormones suffer, which means our whole body suffers. When you learn to live like a girl, you bring synergy back to these beautiful neurochemicals that serve you so well. Education around how to time everything from our foods, exercise, and social calendars needs to start at puberty. Why aren't we teaching girls these things? Once you get the hang of the hormones that are coming and going throughout your menstrual cycle, you will begin to see that timing your lifestyle to maximize your hormonal performance will have you feeling like the rock star you were born to be. The first thing to know about your monthly cycle is that yours is unique. All women have different length cycles. The second thing to know about your menstrual cycle is that hormones rise and fall throughout. They do not stay at a consistent level all month long. There is an ebb and flow to them. This is important to know because you will feel different emotionally and physically at different times of the month because of this rise and fall. End quote. My friend, have you ever thought of a woman's menstrual cycle as a truly miraculous symphony before? Have you ever thought that maybe, just maybe, that time of the month is also a miraculous gift? One that invites you to literally shed that which no longer serves. As you learn to lean into the different seasons, you will begin to see that time of the month as a gift, an opportunity to become intentional in what is seeking to be shed, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. Maybe, just maybe, those heightened emotions during that time are actually helping to shine the light on what is ready to be released and let go. My friend, you will learn that there are seasons of planting, seasons of growing, seasons of harvesting, and seasons of resting. You will discover your unique patterns. When you thrive and are ready to shine, and when it's time to rest, relax, and to simply be gentle and kind. You will discover that you are not lazy and you are not crazy. You simply cycle monthly. Now, if I'm totally honest with you, I should share with you that this knowledge has brought a lot of peace and also some frustration, because it is a process to embody that which we learn. At times, I have had to put the books down and step back because being a woman feels overwhelming and hard. It has not been easy for me to accept that everything about me is constantly changing. I believe, for me especially, that in this journey of learning and understanding these things about femininity, there is a great need for the magical mantra of accepting grace. Because in this journey, I've begun to realize that how I have lived up until now has actually been in complete abandonment of what would help me thrive. So, grace is needed. And all at the same time, so much peace has come, and it feels so good to know that I am not crazy. I was just created to function differently than our world has taught and understood. I hope that as you digest this information, you will remember the most important thing, that your cycle is uniquely your own. And I believe the best way to discover how these things apply to you specifically is to begin tracking what is happening for you from the inside out. You might find your seasons are out of whack. One of my current biggest frustrations with humankind are the boxes that we try to fit ourselves in. Why? Oh, why Are we all trying so hard to fit in when in reality, we each were born to stand out? This week's invitation: ask God to teach you about you, His unique, intentional creation of divinity, placed perfectly in orbit as a thread in the tapestry of eternity. Ask God to teach you more about the divine flow of femininity. All my love, Ms. Divinity. I do have one simple ask before you go. If you loved today's episode, will you please help me to share? If a friend, a neighbor, or a family member has come to mind, please share this episode and help spread the news that women are not crazy or lazy. Women simply cycle monthly. And if by chance this message really resonated with you, I would love to hear about it in my inbox, either on social media or at wendy@trustingdivinity.com. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to the show.